Hello, you're watching my channel So That Sparkle with Sam, and I'm Sam, and welcome. So today is my hashtag Friday Sews video, so it's a little bit of life, a little bit of sewing, a little bit of makes and plans, and I've got a little bit of fabric to show you today. So if that sounds like something that you would like to watch, then don't forget to give me a like because it really helps my channel, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, totally free. So Friday Sews was brought to us by Jen, the lovely Jen at Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and she always sets a question for the week, and I always forget to look what it is. So I thought this week I'm going to make a special effort to have a look what the question is, and the question of the week is, what difficult technique are you planning to tackle in 2024? And I had to have a bit of a think about this because there's quite a few, I wouldn't necessarily say different techniques that I haven't had a go at that I want to try for 2024. But I think my main one and my kind of all-encompassing one is that I want to try the same techniques that I have learnt in different fabrics. So yeah, I've definitely want to have a go at using lots and lots of different fabrics. And using the same techniques. For example, you know, I'm very comfortable putting zips in kind of fabrics that I know, very stable fabrics, but I'm not so confident putting zips in fabrics that move around and that are slippy and different fabrics. So I definitely want to have a go at doing that, and not just putting zips in, but just using the fabrics in different ways. So yeah, so I think that's my answer for that one. I think it's using the same techniques but in different fabrics. But I'm sure that by the end of 2024 I will have found lots and lots of different techniques I want to try, because I'm a bit of a butterfly I do tend to just fly around and try lots of different things, as many things as I can possibly fit into the week, day, year. And on to that, what have I been up to this week? So I left you on Friday. In fact, my video took a really long time to upload, so it may have even been Saturday by the time you watched it. But I did actually get it in on Friday. Today's the same. It's Friday, the 19th of January, and I'm on my way to work in about an hour. But I thought I'd just pop on and talk to you first and let you know what I've been up to. So, excuse me. On Saturday, I joined the virtual sewing room, which was lovely, and I've done quite a few now of those, and I really enjoy the vibe. It's a lovely vibe. It's very chilled. You know, it's talk if you want to, turn your mics off if you want to, you know, turn your camera off if you don't want to be seen. You can wander in and out, and but then there's people there if you want them. It's nice. Just a nice vibe, not intimidating. Just, yeah, I hope we're all nice and friendly. I try and be as friendly as I can. Just nice vibe. So on Saturday, I made this, which is the Costa tote by Helen's Closet, which I told you about before that I was going to make. And I made it from a remnant from my Heyday dungarees. That's the only thing I probably would do differently if I was making this tote. I probably wouldn't make it with stretch fabric. It did make it a little bit tricky, but hey ho. And then I put my little label on that says happiness is a finished project, and then my little starry pocket, and it's great actually. It's got pockets in the outside and the inside, and I took this shopping with me yesterday, and I found it really useful because I wear glasses to drive, and I don't like them leaving them in the car, but I like to have them handy. So I managed to put my glasses in the front with my car keys while I was shopping, so that I kind of knew where everything was. And then on the inside I've put a little, I don't know whether it's going to be easy for you to see, but I put this little hook on, so I can if I use it for work, I can put my work keys on, so I always know where they are. If I use it for leisure, I can put my house keys on, so I always know where they are. And then it's also got a little poppered pocket that I can put things that I want to keep safe, like cards and things in, and then another little pocket for my phone. So yeah, so I really enjoyed making that, and it's actually a really good sized tote. Some people said that they would probably make the straps a little bit longer, but for me, being a shorty, it was perfect for me. So yeah, so that was the Costa tote by Helen's Closet, which I made on Saturday. Yeah, and then I had a little bit of time, so I got on with finishing my nan's skirt, but then I kind of properly finished that on Sunday. So I made my nan a wrap skirt, and I'll pop a picture up of my nan so you can see her. I haven't got a picture of my nan in her wrap skirt. I will put a picture up of the wrap skirt, but I haven't got a picture of my dad. Took it over to her on Wednesday and she loved it, but it is like a viscose fabric, so it's definitely for summer. But I know that she loved it because while she was there, she ordered another one. she wants a thicker one. Can I have a thicker one so I can wear it for winter? So yeah, and now I know that it fits her. I will make her another one because I know now that my pattern will work. So yeah, I have to say that gave me a really kind of feel good moment. And what else have I been up to this week? I have been quite prolifically sewing this week. Actually, I have done a lot. I can't show you everything because I haven't taken pictures of everything, but I have finished my Porsche dress, and last night I was at the virtual sewing room again, and I was just doing all the finishing touches to that. So I put the elastic in the sleeves and I hemmed it up. I don't know whether I'm totally happy with the hem. I think because it's velvet, I've just hung it up. I'm going to give it a steam, and then have another look at it. It might be the fact that it just looks, because it's got that twist at the front, it doesn't look like it hangs quite right at the front, but I haven't had a look with it on, so it may be completely different with it on, because obviously it's quite tight fitting around your hips. So yeah, I do need to give that a press, and that's why I haven't taken any pictures of it yet, because I haven't tried it on. So I will be doing that, and as I said, I'm going to do a makes video at the end of this month, which is only a week and a bit away, so I shall be doing that if you want to catch up with my Porsche dress. Also this week, my Sirocco jumpsuit collaboration video came out with the lovely Mandy from Make It So, and I'll tag that video down underneath. I'll tag mine and Mandy's so you can have a watch of that if you haven't. And there was a poll on my community page for the fabric, and the fabric that won I am very happy with and is now all cut out. So that is my job. So I'm kind of doing what my plans are all in one. So that is my job for next week, is to finish the Sirocco. So I did get a bit of fabric this week, and the reason being is Carolyn Rose, the fabric shop and sewing school that I work in, is having a January sale at the moment, and there's some real bargains to be had. And I've been eyeing this up in the shop for ages, but with 50% off, I just couldn't resist it any longer. And it is this gorgeous, it's a scuba like active wear fabric. And I do yoga, and I thought that this would make a really lovely pair of leggings. And my daughter, she runs, and so I thought I might make her try and make her some kind of running shorts, or you know, kind of, she likes the ones that are like finish at your thigh kind of thing, like, you know, long shorts. Does that make sense? So yeah, and I just couldn't resist it because it's so beautiful. and the colours are nice as well. And I just thought, actually, I don't have a lot of this fabric in my stash, and I thought for you know, those kinds of projects, oh, that was really nice. And then because I bought that, I bought this because look how nicely it goes with it. And it's a lovely velour stretch fabric. It's yeah, really gorgeous. And I thought, again, to make some kind of like throw over top, I don't know, maybe a zip jacket, or I don't know, a little sweatshirt or something that we could wear over the top, that I could wear for yoga and that my daughter could wear kind of after the run. Yeah, but I just couldn't resist it because it was 50% off, and why not? And then again, a fabric that I just can't take my eyes off when I'm at work. But it's one of those fabrics that I'm never, I like it, but I'm never quite sure what I would make from it, which is why I haven't bought it before. But then when it was 50% off, I was like, come on, Sam, get some of that fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. You'll figure it out. So yeah, it's beautiful. It is polyester, but it's beautifully soft, and it's a lovely, and it's a dead stock fabric. So, you know, and it is beautiful, beautiful quality. I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's just got kind of got that delicate flower on. Now, my first thought is I can't remember what it's called, but it's the little pomegranate skirt with the pockets, and I'll have a look and I'll put the name underneath because it's totally gone out of my head. Is to make one of those, because I wear a lot of kind of the black kind of turtlenecks, black polo necks, and today I really struggled. I will pop a picture of what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing a charity shop bought skirt with just a Marks and Spencer's black polo and tights and boots for work. So I'm not really wearing anything Me Made today. I may wear one of my Me Made vests over the top to keep me warm. But yeah, I kind of need skirts to wear for work, longer ones. But I'm not totally convinced by that skirt. I find that it makes me feel a bit wide. I don't know whether it's because of the pockets in. I'm not sure. So I don't know whether to have a go at another skirt, as this fabric was cheap as chips. So I kind of think if it doesn't work out exactly as I want it, I'm not going to be too upset. Or to use it to try a pattern that I haven't tried before, for the same reason as kind of a bit of a wearable toile. So yeah, it was just one of those. Saw it, needed to buy it. I will worry about what I'm going to make. But on talking about that, I have had a really big tidy up this week, and it's really opened my eyes to how much stuff I have got. So I'm not putting myself on a fabric ban, because I find that just doesn't work for me, because as soon as I say to myself I can't do something, I almost like have a little internal fight with myself and say, what do you mean you can't do it? I can do that. Which is ridiculous, I know. But I know that doesn't really work for me. So I'm not going to put myself on a fabric ban. What I am going to suggest to myself is that I'm going to have a 1 in, 1 out policy now. So I don't want to build my stash. But if I make up something and I use up 3 meters of fabric, then I can buy a 3 meter piece. If I make a jumper and I use 1.5, then I can buy a 1.5 piece. Kind of, you know, I can do that. But I can't go over what I'm producing. Yeah. So I've got enough room for my stash. My stash isn't out of control. I haven't got too much stuff. I've just got enough stuff, and I don't want to be overwhelmed by it. So yeah, so I've just, you know, I'm just keeping an eye on it. Patterns, however, is a different matter. I have a lot of patterns, and I've been doing a lot of sorting of a lot of patterns, and yeah, that has I do need to properly get control over my patterns, because I'm finding that really difficult to choose what pattern I want because I just don't know what I've got. So yeah, but I think that's going to take a little bit longer than the fabric. Oh, yeah, it is. It's a really tricky one. It is a really tricky one. So what else have I been making this week? Oh, I have used the fabric from the Beyond the Pink door box, which was great, because that's the other thing. So obviously I can't count the Beyond the Pink door and the Sarah? Who's Sarah? So Hayley Jane subscription boxes. I need to be able to use those fabrics in the month that I get them as well. Otherwise, that means that's a -1 for buying. So that means I have to make something else in my stash to make room for that one. Does that make sense? So yeah. So I've used up that this week, and I made 2 Frayers. So I made one Frayer, which I'll pop up here, with just a mock turtle neck. Made absolutely no adjustments whatsoever, in my normal Tilly and the Buttons size 4, and yeah, absolutely lovely. And it's definitely a basics top. I can see myself wearing it a lot. It wasn't the easiest fabric to sew. For a knit fabric, it didn't feel quite as stable as some of the other knits that I've sewn with. Particularly, even though it had a rib in it, it felt kind of quite floaty. It made it a very nice fabric, but it did make it, I had to use a lot more pins than I normally do. And I did have to be very careful about lining everything up. And also when I put the neckband in, now I know this, normally I just, fly around with the overlocker in the neckband, but I did sew it in first because I did find it was quite movie and shaky. So, but it was lovely. I mean, it is lovely fabric, but it was a little trickier to work with than some other jerseys that I've worked with. So yeah, so I made that one, and then I made another one which I haven't really got any pictures. I'll try and see if I can take a picture of it on the mannequin to show you. But I haven't taken any pictures. But I've done the Frayer full length dress, and when I say full length, it's on me, it's above my knee, but it kind of like flares out a little bit with the full cowl neck. And so with those two, I managed to use the whole 2.5 meters. The Frayer top I managed to get out of 80 centimeters, because that's how much I need for a Frayer. If it is 150 centimeters wide, I can get it out of 80, because what I do is I fold it in for just enough to get the back panel in, and then I fold it in again for just enough to get the front panel in, and then I find if I fold it over in half, what I've got left, I can get the sleeves in. Obviously I need 2 sleeves, and then I can fit the neckband in from between the two. It's tight, but I can do it. And so yeah, and then obviously what I did with the Frayer dress is I did exactly the same, but I just folded the back and the front fabric that I had left over in half, measured it, and then just measured the skirt to finish at that length. So technically the Frayer should have been about 4 inches longer than it is. I'm only 5'3", 5'4", so I normally take a little bit out of the length anyway, but I probably took an extra inch just to make sure I could get it in the fabric. And actually it's a really nice length with boots and tights in the winter, and because it's got the cowl neck, it'll be lovely and warm and cozy. So yeah, so I've been making quite a lot. I've actually had quite a busy week. So as I said, plans for next week is mainly just get my Sirocco done and get my plans for February done. Yeah, that's about it really. I am going to be joining in on with Sam, Sequin Girly, and Christine Gemini Stitches on their sewing social on Sunday. I think, I'm not 100% sure, and apologies, but I think they've got 2 on Sunday. I think they've got a morning one and an evening one. I didn't fancy 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I'm sure it's so that people from around the world, it's much more convenient for them, but for me it's a little bit too early for me on a Sunday morning, so I'm going to do the evening one. Yeah, so that'll be nice. I'm gonna have to think about what I'm going to sew though, because I don't want to be sewing my Sirocco jumpsuit in the virtual sewing room, because I don't want anyone to see it until it is finished. So I may have to think of another project to do for that. But yeah, so that's about it for this week. That's my kind of little update. I could waffle on and on, but you know, you don't need that, do you? So I will love you and leave you. Don't forget to sparkle. I hope you get lots of sewing done this weekend and have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again really soon. Take care. Bye for now.